I was like, who am I? What do I want to do? Don't mind the fan in the background, my hair kind of flying, and how shiny I am. This is just because it is hot. Assalamualaikum, hello dinosaurs. It's your Muslim friend Dina. It has truly been forever. Right now I'm sporting the dead anime mom hairstyle. I'm not a mom, so I should be fine. Anyways, how have you guys been? Like, let me know in the comments, because it's been such a long time. I obviously haven't given you guys a huge life update, but just a couple things. A lot of things, actually. I have been doing a lot of changes, and it hasn't even really been like me making the changes. It's been God. Thank you, God. And also, why, God, why? Can you just tell me why? Like, I would love to know why, but God never tells you why. God just says, trust me, I love you. And you're like, okay. Yes. This is a great faith building journey. And what's so funny is, like, every single year I like to pick a theme for myself. And so that's like kind of what I try to focus on in that year. Like, oh, I want to study more about this or learn more about it. And this year my theme was faith in God and like trusting in God's timing. And then God was like, oh girl, I'm gonna give you something to be faithful about. Bam! And like, my life is falling apart in all of these different areas, and it's great, actually. Please don't be like, Dina, I'm so sorry. No, bro, you don't need to be sorry. Like, this is great. It's following God's divine plan. And my goal of having more faith in God and trusting God's divine timing and perfect plan has increased like so much, tenfold or something. It's amazing. Like, I mean, if you'd like to say some good prayers for me, that'd be great, but I don't need your pity. But like, it's really nice. I'm really trying to look at it as an opportunity where really a lot of areas of my life are just not the way I wanted them to be. Like, certain people that I thought would be in my life for a lot longer, maybe even forever, they're not. I've had to remove them, or they decided they wanted to leave me. Or like, for example, I had to move this year already because I had a crack in the wall that was leaking, if you haven't seen that video. But guess what? This new place also has a crack in the wall that's leaking. That hasn't been fixed for 2 months as of tomorrow. So there is a chance I might have to move again, but you know what? I'm like, I was really anxious and stressed about it, but more like, you know, I'm gonna just go with the flow. If I have to move, I have to move. Like, inshallah, God willing, give me the strength. I'll put it all together, get the finances, the time, the energy. It'll happen, and it'll happen in the best, most perfect way possible. And if I don't have to move, then okay, like, that was also God's will. He was like, hey, we fixed it for you. You had to wait, and a little bit of patience. That's just the way it was. Okay, here, go this way. And so, like, I'm just working on that acceptance. And one thing that I'm doing to help me work on that acceptance is reprogramming my subconscious mind. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the subconscious makes up 95% of every thought and decision that you make in your entire life. That's a lot. And the conscious mind only makes up 5%, naturally, if you do the math. The conscious mind is really the only part that we have direct control over. That's why a lot of our thoughts and habits always go back. You're like, I'm gonna start a diet, and then you fail at your diet a few days later because that was only a conscious decision, and you have, like, your subconscious has another thing that it's trying to do for your own safety, right? At least it thinks it's doing it for its own safety. It's not always wired in the best way. So one thing that I've been doing is like subconscious reprogramming. It's like going in to see what kind of stories do I have in my subconscious. And this is like a whole topic that we could talk about, and so many things you can learn. But basically, about an hour after you wake up, as long as you don't have any caffeine, and about an hour before you go to bed, your brain is in the perfect state for you to influence it. Which is why you don't want to be looking at social media or reading the news, because this is you impacting your subconscious mind. And so if you're listening to things that make you anxious or angry or jealous or scared or sad or something, this is going directly into your subconscious mind. You're like watching a horror movie before going to bed. You're imprinting fear into your body. You're listening to the news or reading the newspaper as soon as you wake up. You're looking at Instagram as soon as you wake up. You're imprinting like not so good things, because we don't really have control over what shows up on our like TikTok feed or something, right? So I've been trying to slowly change my habits, because I've had some bad habits too, and I've actually noticed such a good difference. So one thing I've done is I actually have these like 2 little notes, and I read them to myself every single morning and every single night, and they literally say things like, what is meant for me will always come, and it's always going to be better than my wildest dreams. God, let me want for me what you want for me. God's plan is divine. God's plan is better than mine. What I leave in the care of Allah is never lost. Show me how it gets better and better and better. When it feels like everything is falling apart, maybe a better plan is falling into place. No need to micromanage, because the universe is my collaborator. And I keep reading these things to myself, pondering about them, and I've noticed a very huge change in like my anxiety. Anxiety is just a low-level fear about the future, but I don't know if you guys know this. Humans can't exist in the future, and humans can't exist in the past. We can only exist in the present. We only exist right now. And so me being anxious about what's going to happen in the future, even though it's low-level anxiety, is almost like me saying, God, I don't trust that you know what is best for me in my life. So I'm going to be anxious and scared about it and hope it doesn't happen. And I'm like, you know, me being anxious about it in advance doesn't prevent bad things from happening. If a bad thing's going to happen, it's still going to happen. And then also, it only makes me feel bad in the moment. Like, I don't really like that. So I'm doing some things, learning a lot of things. I'm like, let's do better. And yeah, that's just kind of what I've been working on lately. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and let you guys know when everything looks like it's falling apart, maybe you're just coming back together again. I do have plans to try and make more YouTube videos, but part of me is scared, I suppose. I'm like, what should I upload? I'm like, what do I do? What do people even want? I don't even know. And then I realized I didn't start this channel because I wanted other people to see me. I started this channel so that I could do things that I wanted to do. But then I was like, who am I? What do I want to do? And that I don't know. I'm still answering that question, actually. I don't really have a full answer, but I've put a lot more of it together of like, yeah, no, this is kind of where I'm going. This is kind of what I want to do. And I think that's very helpful. I don't know, let's do it. So those are my current plans. What are your guys' plans? Do you have any plans you'd like to share? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you guys are still sticking around, some of you have been around for like years. Thank you so much for watching and for your support. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And as always, remember, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, hit the notification bell because I randomly upload, and keep evolving dinosaurs. Bye bye.